Good morning, everyone. We're going to get ready to get started with the raising of the flag. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hey, go girl. Yeah.
Now, if everyone will please head to the gallery when we get started with our ceremony.
Library.
Library, yes, not the gallery, the library. Thank you.
Woo, 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 woo!
So, you know,
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, Sharon. Doing well on yourself? Yeah. Good to see you. Ready to come?
Just like take time off,
Hello, Rose.
I'll just run in and hold the chair for Svenson.
Yes. Yes. Okay, I'm loving you with the double. I have a live stream going in there through my laptop. Perfect. But this is just plain recording and things like that's why we have Wi-Fi.
There's chairs inside.
Besh is saving a seat for him.
Good, you're doing that. So you're going to download it and share it all at social media?
Yeah, on YouTube or
and then you'll
Instagram.
tag Breaking Parts, okay?
Yes.
And I can just repost it.
I got you. I got you. But yeah, if you need to, log into the Wi-Fi.
Okay, I'll do that.
Because that'll help a whole lot. Oh yeah. You just log in and it's the address 601 Latimer. I've been documenting the park since I got here. Well, no.
Okay.
It's just launched post-pandemic. It was in the works pre-pandemic.
Okay.
But you know, everything's Exactly. If someone needs to call a lifter or Uber, you need the Wi-Fi. Huh? Just walk until you get service, because even standing somewhere in South neighborhood, that doesn't guarantee you service. I've lost service driving somewhere with my GPS and been like,
sleep at all.
I do like that that's become an attraction. Who's with me?
I like that.
Warm back here.
I have to wait until after. And I know that. Yeah, I think I got out.
Yeah, that's fun. This one. Yeah, it's coming along.
Betty's going to be really felt out when she hears that really dirty shitty hurt. Endearing. I know, I saw Stephanie this morning, but she hasn't been feeling well. That looks like now. Yeah, did you see her dog? Like I've never known a dog play with her. But she's a happy.
Be whatever makes you comfortable.
Yeah.
That I support that 100%.
Yeah, I've done this.
Trust me. We're going to get started in a few minutes because we know everybody is extremely excited to find out what is in the time capsule. So, good morning. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Paige Barnes and I'm the director here at Rustic Canyon Recreation Center. 100 years ago, the Uplifters planned for us to be here today. So today we honor the spirit of commitment, frivolity, and hiking. I've had the pleasure of serving and working at Rustic Canyon and serving this community for the last 7 years. So much of what we work for has been about this day, about this unveiling, the unveiling of the time capsule. But before we get to that very important moment, I'd like to take time to say thank you. First and foremost, I want to thank the community for embracing me and for supporting me tirelessly as I continue to serve this community. I'd also like to acknowledge, and there's sprinkled about here, the Rustic Canyon staff who have honored this community with their love and their dedication. Some of them have worked here for over 14 years. And that's just really special. So if you could give the staff here a round of applause. I also want to offer special thanks to our construction team, led by Phil LaRoche and Paul and Dave, who restored these doors to get us to this day and put a lot of love and attention in here. We have Steve Gomez's team who rewired these amazing lights that have not worked since I promised 100 years. Yeah. So yeah, we want to take time to just give a mention to them, and also special thanks to our paint crew with Luis Duenas and Andre Branch and his team. But last but not least, also to my upper management. My superintendent, Sonia Young Jimenez, who has gotten stuck in that famous LA traffic, but she will be here with us today. Also, Principal Recreation Supervisor Laura Island, and one of my favorite people in the whole world who's just little but mighty and is just an amazing supporter, and that is my district supervisor, Courtney Norris. From the least to the greatest. operators were all important, but leading the charge through it all is the Rustic Canyon Park Advisory Board, led by President Vash LeMay's Wards. But before we hear from the board, I would like to introduce John Emile, who will serve as, he's also a staunch supporter of the Rustic Canyon Recreation Center, and just a wonderful member of the community who no one has a negative thing to say about. Everyone, when they mention John Emile, everybody smiles. So we're going to bring that smile up, and he's going to lead us as our MC today.
I'm not sure how I got bullied into doing it.
Breathing.
Or why. I think maybe they hoped that my English accent would bring some class to the proceedings. And I was cheap. So I guess that's why. And anyway, Vesna texted me and lured me to this event with the promise of tea time. Sandwiches and scones. Wonderful, I thought. Tea time. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, as every civilized person knows tea time is. So 9 o'clock. I was appalled. I thought, is this woman crazy? And then I realized she's Norwegian, poor thing, and I forgave her. But I actually came here yesterday, and there was dear Vash up on a ladder with a squeegee in boiling heat yesterday afternoon, cleaning the windows. And I thought how wonderful and how just much of a part of this community is that somebody all the way from Norway comes and sees this as an opportunity to beautify and glorify it. So, you know, let's hear it for immigrants, folks. God bless them. That makes the country so much better all around. Anyway, they asked me to read this, which, oh, I lost one of the pages. Oh, there it is, good. Just as well. I can pick it up anyway. So, this is what they asked me to read. And it was published news reports tell us that on this day, 100 years ago, the following occurred. Frederick Ward, beloved uplifter and dean of the American stage, delivered the commemorative address, and it was sweetly and brilliantly spoken. With all the feeling and manly emotion, that's going to be difficult for me, remembered in this charming fellow, in his heyday, the greatest Shakespearean actor of his time. His elucidation of the Uplifter creed will stand as one of the finest tributes ever paid to the organization. And here is that creed, written by Frank Elbaum, dedicated uplifter and author of The Wizard of Oz. Now, Frederick Ward was evidently a great Shakespearean actor. As far as I know, there are no great American no, I've actually always wondered, why are so many American film stars not great actors, and why are so many great British actors not film stars? Interesting, but that's another thing. I thought I might try and read it at least in the manner of a great Shakespearean actor, although the manly emotion might escape me. But I'll try it, shall I? Do Ian Callan, John Gilbert, I don't know, Sir Laurence Olivier. We'll see who comes. First, Frodo, that this organization be known as a pianoization, because a piano is so much better qualified as the instrument to uplift art. Second, that this pianoization be known to the world and to posterity as the lofty and exalted order of uplifters. Third, that the president of the uplifters be known as a grand muscle Because the chief requisite of uplifting is, of course, muscle. There's, I think Ian based his voice on the great Sir John Gielgud, who had a very similar sort of sound like a cello. It's more like sort of, that the vice president of the Uplifters be known as the elevator, because one of the prime objects of this order is to elevate art. And that the secretary of the Uplifters be known as the royal hoister, because to house is to elevate, and to elevate is to uplift. I didn't understand that one really, but anyway. Then I thought maybe I could try Sir Laurence Olivier doing his Richard III, 6, that the treasurer of the Uplifters be known as the Lord High Raiser, because he must raise funds to meet our expertise, and to raise is to uplift, unless one raises hell, which is contrary to the bylaws. And 7th, that the board of governors of the Uplifters, be known, out, damn cough, as the board of Excelsior, because Excelsior means higher, and this board is hired to uplift art by serving uplifters. This pay being the gratitude of the artful. I didn't really understand that either, but I'm sure thank you were talking about. Then is, of course, Michael Caine, that the motto of this lofty and exalted order should be keep it up, naughty, and also that uplift art and promote good fellowship. So, continuing, following the recitation, Harry Haldeman, the grand muscle, read a history of the club, its 10 years of honest merriment, chasing away all armies of gloom, touching lightly on its long list of good works, and fixing deep in every heart the club's insignia of a big smile and a big heart. So that's part of the legacy that these guys have left us. Placed in the time capsule were, should we even give this away? Not really, should we? No, maybe we shouldn't. What do you think, Paige? Should I read that bit?
It's up to the crowd.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I agree, I like surprises,
It's
but...
going to be demons.
Yeah, and the bubonic plague, by the way. Yeah, released after 100 years. All right, then, composed for this day, The Builder by Charles Wakefield. Charles Wakefield Cadman, with a poem by Jim Foley, was performed for the crowd in attendance. And finally, Fred Ward lowered the time capsule, point out photograph, it says here.
Wow, it's right there.
The Ward and Grand Muscle Haldeman placed the cornerstone, point out cornerstone, and the architect of the clubhouse, William J. Dodd, can't point him out, no longer with us, added the mortar, and thus was set in stone until this day, 100 years later. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen, and my gorgeous assistant here, demonstrating Mr. Randy Young, longtime resident of the neighborhood. General Layabout will now inform us a little of the history of this place.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Prompter. This is kind of an overwhelming thing. It's Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney puts on a production, and an MGM crew comes by. This park has always been a very kind of wondrous place. But when I moved here, our family moved here in 1954, it was a place that was a shadow of its former grandeur. It was this club that had fallen on hard time, and it was like a weird, as a child, it was a combination of being kind of exciting and scary at the same time. It had these wonderful fossils all over the building. In fact, one of them was right there. Will Rogers used to hang out in this room. That's a bust of him. But that busting away as a child scared the hell out of me. And there were all these cartoons, like the cartoons are all over the walls. There were these weird paintings and furniture where we have vestiges of them still left. And also hidden rooms all over. It was like Raiders of the Lost Ark every day. You would sneak, nothing was locked. And you would just sort of explore around. Up above the gymnasium is a little room. And it used to be where the organ used to be. Remember at the very beginning of, there must be a piano or something as part of a thing. Well, they had a pipe organ in this building. And in that room was just little vestiges of the pipes. There were banners. And you felt like you were in an Antonioni movie and you were going through, everything was mysterious. And you didn't know what it was. It was a great place to grow up. And it was also, all the people that inhabited this area when I was a kid was, you would see them on TV at night. You'd see Vin Scully here. We had Paul Fix, Dodo Cheney, Rod Serling, I saw here, Lee Marvin. And then you would see them at night on TV. So my world was warped. I thought that it was like the Truman Show, You didn't know what was real and not. Is there a camera around every corner? And everything was exciting. For example, we had a wonderful park director by the name of Wayne Graves. And he just used to set up wonderful experiences. We would play Capture the Flag. And I remember it would be in the warm summer days with just foliage all over the place. And you could hide and you were with your friends. And it was anarchy. You never saw your parents. You had dinner bell. Oh, John, I think that's your bell. You better go home. And that's what was miraculous about this. And, this is why this is such an important building to me. And that part of the mystery that's always been there has been the Uplifters. And there was a moment where they were going to be building an overpass for a freeway over the grove, the eucalyptus grove. And so this is where we decided to make a book, and would say we, the Young family, decided the best way to make it important, this community important, is to write a book about it and write a history. And so what we did is we interviewed all these great uplifters. And it was just magical. Susan French in particular, she lived on Haldeman Road, was just miraculous storyteller. And in fact, she was a next door neighbor of the Baum family, and describes on a summer night looking at the early Oz films that he had produced, waving on a bedspread. And so all of these little stories, these fossils of people who told you these magical stories, and how wonderful it was to be in this place, to be a part of this building. And so here we are today. We're going to look at one of those relics. And I think it's kind of fascinating and kind of fun. One of the important things, though, was music. I think are we to cue the piano player? Not just yet. Wait, premature evacuation. So You're the boss. Uncue the piano player. So what's very important is that this place, you can feel the magic, and I'm glad you're here today. And thank you.
I have to say, it's a pleasure. All the changes and things that we've done are exciting because you've got, community members that come by, and Sarah comes by, and so many of you that come by and just kind of touch in and let us know how you feel about it or give a suggestion. But working with Randy is amazing. It's kind of like, no matter what you do, you want your parents to be proud. You need daddy's approval, or you want mommy to say that's beautiful. And Randy gives us that, And when we do something wrong or we're unsure, he'll be like, let me have a minute to think about that. We're gonna, that's gonna work out. That's not gonna be a problem. Or I think it's fine just the way it is. So he finds beauty in everything, and it's made working here and the challenges that come up such a pleasure because of his acceptance just of everything that we do here, of our mistakes, of our growth, and of our accomplishments. So that's, I think I speak on behalf of all of the staff to Randy, we really love you and appreciate you. I think Sonia's somewhere in the back. Sarah's my principal recreation supervisor. She's gonna come up and bless us with a few words. If you could please give her a round of applause.
Hello. Good morning. Sorry, I'm coming from LA, so traffic was not nice to me Yes, on behalf of Jimmy Kim, our General Manager in the Department of Recreation and Parks, I just wanted to thank you all for being here. Like Paige was saying, all the great help that the community has given and the historians, like Randy, we really appreciate you because this park would not be as beautiful and preserving the history as it has. As a testament to the importance of preserving that past, this unveiling ceremony promises to be a captivating journey through time, allowing us to glimpse into the lives of those who came before us. This is a significant moment and a very exciting milestone because we now will be part of the next 100 years celebration. Rustic Canyon Rec Center is not what it used to be, but together we will continue to create a vibrant future while cherishing our past. I would like to thank our PAC board for their dedication to the center, so thank you to all PAC members who's in the room. Can you raise your hand? All right, thank you. I know we have a very active PAC here, so thank you very much. And for your contribution to preserving this center's legacy. I'd also like to thank the Rustic Center staff. I see some staff in here. Thank you guys. As you know, Paige is here as the director, so a single man ground, but she couldn't do it without you guys, so thank you all the staff. And of course, I want to thank Paige. Thank you, Paige, for your leadership and you helping us trailblazers over here at Rustic Canyon. So thank you, Paige. Also in the audience, we have today Courtney Morris, who's our supervisor, who helps Paige along the way. So thank you, Courtney. And behind me is Laura Island, who's our principal supervisor. Thank you, Laura. George and his crew are still here. We have a crew that helps us with logistics, and I just want to thank George. I don't know if they're here, but they are great. So we couldn't do a lot of these events without them. And then to everyone involved in making this day possible, again, thank you all. And on behalf of the Rec and Parks Department, I'm excited to see what's in the box, so thank you.
And now we're going to hear briefly from Dash Lemez Ward. Then we'll have a few additional moments, and then we will get to the opening of the box. We're almost there, folks. Hang in there with us.
Dear guests, what a day. It is May 30th, 2020. 23. And I've been looking at that cornerstone, that very cornerstone, for so many years, thinking, and Randy told me about the time capsule hidden behind this, like you told me 15 years ago, Randy. And I was like, this cannot pass us without us really making a splash about it. And also making sure that this building was ready for the next 100 years. We've done our very best, all of us. 10 years ago, in 2013, we arranged something called the Rustic Night with the intent to raise funds to put this building back in shape with the courts, the tennis courts, and the grounds. And their park advisory board and everyone who has been staunch supporters of the park, together we have done almost the impossible.
Yeah.
Are there any PAD members that have been here for many years who are not? I see Roberta, I see David, you know. There's so many people who have devoted time. I just want to thank you all. It's so important because these places, they need physical work and physical bodies, and they need engagement and enthusiasm and good sort of vibes to put it together. Timothy, Keith, Doug, Moy, John, I mean, it's dangerous to start listing names. But I have to say, everyone who put in time and effort, thank you, thank you. I also want to thank LA City and LA Parks Foundation for seeing the importance and potential of restoring the building and grounds. Paige, you have proved to be a tornado. Where are you now? Are you hiding? Oh, you're out. Don't hide. And together with your crew, Kathy, Greg, everyone also through the years who's been here, it's great to have a good relationship with you. So thank you for being smiley and accommodating faces for our whole community. Also those who have run the programs here at the park, you really are such an important part of the signature of this place. I don't know if Ped and Scott is here, who runs the tennis programs, those who run the ceramic programs. You know, you give purpose and meaning and a creative outlet for everyone in our community. The Co-op Nursery School next door has been a little heaven on earth for so many years. I have to say, coming from Norway, there's a word that is so essential in our upbringing, and that is that you participate whenever someone calls for a dugnad, is the word. I guess community service will cover. But then you show up. You show up with gloves and tools, and you do what needs to be done. And it's not a question of, you know, having other important stuff to do, because there is no more important thing than showing up at the dugnad. I hope we can do something annually or on an annual basis, because it's a huge place. And Earth Day this year was beautiful, with everyone showing up, picking up plastic from the grounds, and doing whatever needed to be done. So let's keep it up, guys, and then we have a beautiful public space that we can call, you know, on whenever we need it, and whenever we need to practice our social intelligence, we can come here and talk to people. The next Rustic Night will be September 30th. Please make a note in your party books right now. That's also a kind of dugnad, it's a party dugnad. We'll party together. So September 30th. I also need to say thank you to my two mentors in the subject of public service. I'm talking about George Wolfberg and Randy Young. You know how it's been done, and you are great mentors to us, a newer generation who needs to know what it's about. I know sometimes it feels lonely when you're all alone out in the grove, and everyone has other important things to do. So I would urge everyone to, instead of paying expensive gyms and personal trainers, come on over. I have snatched a photo of George and Randy in 2013. We had the first tea party, and I have enlarged this photo. We of course miss George dearly, but he's with us in spirit every day, every time we're here, every time we're in the grove. So I want to dedicate and donate this to this house so that it can be put up on the wall and remind us of what good public servants look like. This is what they look like. I have a space.
We are relics.
I have a space for it already, Randy,
Oh,
so,
God.
so you can't hide it.
It's in a vault. You can't see it.
I'll bring it with me now so we don't make a
Thank you.
mess out of it here. Thank you.
Now, I would like to bring on the next part. We finally got to the part I got to prematurely. So I'd like to introduce Tom Newman. He set up our next thing, which is a surprise. Please, Tom.
It's a surprise?
Yeah! Woohoo! Woohoo! Everything's a surprise.
I'm also a Randy Young acolyte, by the way. Truly am. I've known Randy for a long time. I grew up here. I mean, for me, the weirdest thing is these acoustic tiles and the rafters and basketballs getting stuck in the weird stage with a curtain when the basketball went beyond it and where did it go and stuff. Anyway, there was a song where Ben Lusher is a pianist and singer, is going to play the song, The Builder by Charles Wakefield Cadman, who was born in 1881, died in 1946, very interested in Native American music, wrote some operas, and I guess was responsible for the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra. So Ben Lusher on piano.
Towers that rise to the
moment. Is it Geraldo Rivera's? Well, we were worried about that. We were talking about actually having the demo done with everybody there, and we decided, no, let's find it first, and then we won't make a fool of ourselves. So here it is. This is the box, and so I had a friend of mine perch it open, so it's not welded together. So this is it. Again, if a demon's hand grabs it. Wow. Whoa. Wait, I'm going to show you. Wait, I'm going to show. This is what always happens with history.
Oh, wow. Oh.
It's dust.
Oh, my
God. Wait, I'm gonna walk it through. I'm gonna walk. No, we're gonna sift through this together, guys. It is a Geraldo Rivera.
It should read more. It should be read more than that.
We knew there could be a possibility.
Wait a minute.
But it has to be the hilarity and the hygiene.
There are lumpy things.
There are lumpy things.
Okay, read. Okay, I want to, John, read the contents. Literally. Okay, everybody knows what this used to be.
What this used to be was every hymnal songbook, i.e. used by the club, a list of Uplifters members, hope we do better, a copy of the club's history written by Haldeman, and some other souvenirs of today, which mean happy tomorrows. So that was what was in there.
Wait, in true archaeological fashion, that is a bolus of coins. Gold. I don't know what. We're going to have them. Maybe this is for September the 30th. We'll have some expert at like the Getty do a restoration of the pile. How does that sound? We will see what this pile is. I'm so sorry, I'm so disappointed, but this is totally cool. So September 30th, what we're going to do is find out what this lump of goo is. And we're going to put one back in. And so I want you people all to think about what would be neat in a box, obviously better sealed.
At least we know what was rolling around.
But I think we will pray on the lump and see you September 30th. And we can all come up and take a look. Thank you. And we have refreshments.
And one more thing, there is an exhibit.
There's an exhibit. Wait. There was like music. There are warriors with that.
Hilarious. We always knew there was a chance. Yeah. dying to see the socks in her. You probably need to escort, like, dust off the paper that you never know.